Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 68 of Nicola O's World Podcast. Welcome. If you're a new viewer, thank you for checking me out. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for checking me out again. I know it's been ages since I podcast, so before I go into administrative stuff, I will just dive right into life stuff. Basically, life has been crazy, but it's been good and it's been fun. Summer has just flown by. Many of you that follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry, I'm sorry if you see me looking. I just wondered what my dog was up to, but anyhow, you've noticed that you haven't seen me online much lately, or if at all. And the reason for that is about a month ago, I started with, in my right hand, such hand pain. My hand was swollen. I couldn't move it. I couldn't lift anything. It felt worse than being broken. And I went to the doctor, and they said that I had tendinitis in my arm, in my hand, and in my elbow. So, he said it was also due to my carpal tunnel I have, which it's nothing new. I've had for over 10 years or more. He said it's just gotten worse, and I need to go, number one, get a test, basically a nerve conduction test to see how bad it was. And then I had to go see him, and he's like, it's bad. He goes, it's bad, you got it in my wrist, and it affects my first 4 fingers and my elbow, and it goes up into my shoulder, and it's been quite painful. And he said to me, do you see the orthopedic doctor to set up a surgery date? There may be days you may not be able to knit because your elbow hurts too bad to have it bent. He said, I know you don't overdo it, but he said you're just going to have to adjust till it's done. So that's kind of what's been going on with me as to why I've been quiet and you haven't seen much of me. Alright, now that that's over with, let's get on to admin stuff. Question. Those of you that podcast, I know that Music Alley is no longer available. And I'm not sure if I can still use my PodSafe song from there. So, where do you guys get your PodSafe music from? Is what I would like to know. So if you could let me know, that would be great. September finished objects are coming up. I'm hoping, I'm debating whether I want to open the board tonight, but tonight's not obviously September. September is the Thursday. So I will have it open either Wednesday or Thursday. And I want to thank everybody everybody that sent me birthday wishes, birthday notes. Thank you guys so much. That was very kind and wonderful and sweet of you. And I thoroughly enjoyed reading all of them. Also, as I said, I know I'm going to have my hand operated on. So, which means I'm going to be out of commission about updating the group. So, as soon as I know when they're going to do it, I'll be looking for a mediator or a monitor just to help me till I'm back and able to do things again, typing wise. Or if you're interested, let me know. And I decided, I know we had a year-long blanket along. I decided to make it an ongoing thing, because we all have blankets we may have finished them. We may still be working on them. So we'll do that. So let me know what you think about that. I mean, especially blankets, they can drag on and you're like, ugh. But that thread, you know, maybe give you the oomph you need to get your blanket done. Excuse me, I needed to drink them dry. Alright. That's admin stuff. Let's go into finished objects. I have quite a few. Number one is, I haven't finished, but you can't see it yet, is my very own design pattern. And yes, it's done. I didn't block it yet. I have to get something to lay it on the block. I will be looking for test knitters for it, if in case you're wondering and you're interested. I am in the process of trying to figure out how to write the pattern up so that it's easier for you guys to understand. So any tips or suggestions would be great. Alright, next. I've been on a dishcloth kick. Mostly because I got asked to make dishcloths, because I got told that mine were wearing out. So, let me go get them. I know I need theme music here. Alright. So what we got here, the first one is, it's a free pattern on Rav. In case you're wondering, it's free. It's called the Indie Dishcloth, and it's by Daisy Moon 79. This is what it looks like, the stitch-wise, in case you're wondering. Mine came out kind of wonky, but again, it's a dish rag, so it's not like it's a big deal. It came out wonky and crooked. I think this is one of the worst dish rags that I ever made. I positively don't know what I did, but it's still usable, which is fine. I use Bernat. Not Bernat. Is it Bernat? No, maybe it's not Bernat. I think it was Peaches and Cream. I want to say Peaches and Cream in the color Tumbleweed. I could be wrong. But, yeah. Here's what it looks like up close. It came out okay. I definitely like to try it again. Yes, I didn't weave it in an end because I'm like, it's a dishcloth. And if I want, I could technically tack it down and have a little loop-de-loop on it. Alright, the next one, and it is another free pattern on I don't think it's on Ravelry. No, I had to go to Bernat to get it. But it's a free pattern on Bernat. It is Doily Style Dishcloth. And of course, they call for Bernat Handicrafters Cotton. I used the same color as I did for this because, hey, why start a new skein if I don't have to? I'm not too happy with the way this came out. It came out okay, but it was my kind of actually the first time I made something like this in the round. I would have rather had more DPNs. But hey, because you can see my middle hole got a little too big. But again, it's a dishcloth. So that's what it looks like. Not bad. Interesting. And again, I didn't weave in the end. I'm just going to cut it down so that you can put a little loop on it. Alright, the next one is is by Stacy Perry, also known as Very Pink. She has the website verypink.com. She has a free pattern for traditional square and rectangular dishcloths. It's a free pattern. Do you have any better pictures? And I will say her pattern was very easy to read and helpful if you need help with it. But those are the varieties. And this is the one that I made. Square dishcloth. You could almost kind of like Grandma's favorite dishcloth, but square. And she also has, I think it came, oh, it's part of this. Let's fix that quick. But I have, it's one pattern set, but I have a choice. I can make those or that. I made the big one first, just to see. The next one I did, of course, is Grandma's favorite dishcloth. You can never, ever, ever go wrong with Grandma's favorite dishcloth pattern. See? You can never go wrong with it. Makes the perfect dishcloth all the time. So, yeah. And I'm still making dishcloths. I'm not done yet, I got told. I told her she couldn't have the dishcloths yet till I showed you guys. And take pictures of them. Which I have to do. Alright, moving along. As far as dishcloth wise and all, I'm trying a pattern by Pearl Soho. It is a free pattern. It's called Soft Cotton Knit Dish Towels. And this is kind of what they look like. So that's going to be up next on my needles, along with Spa Day Facial Cloth, which is another free pattern. If you guys would be interested in me starting a thread for stuff like this, where we can do it together, let me know. Alright. My next finished object is, let me mark off what I did here. Did that. We did that. Alright. I finished my Shield Maiden by the lovely Emily Estrada from the Fibertown podcast. It is a paid-for pattern. It is not washed or blocked yet. And I have to take a picture of it to post it on my page. But I did finish it. It took me a while because I took a break from working on it. Because I kind of lost interest in knitting anything for a while. I don't know why. But I will show you guys. And it was a fun, simple pattern. Here is what it looks like. Like I said, it needs blocking, so it kind of looks wonky. But very gorgeous. Once I block it out, it will lay better. But yeah. And if you're wondering up close, this is what the colors look like. It is actually, it's by Lion Brand. Let me see if I got it written down the colorway for you guys. Hang on. I'm waiting for the project page to load. Come on. Why is it when you want something to load, it never wants to? But when you don't, it's Johnny on the spot, so to speak. You can also find this project under my project page. I used Lion Brand Heartland in the Grand Canyon colorway number 122. And if you're wondering why I went with like a really not so bright theme or whatever you'd call it, not suitable. Why I went with the Grand Canyon theme, which of course looks gray. It's not fully gray. I don't know. It's not gray, 100% gray or silver. I will say that. It's beautiful and it's soft. I love Lion Brand's Heartland. I would recommend it. Not bad for, I want to say it's 100% acrylic. I'm not sure, but I think so. And it works up perfect. I have no trouble at all. And yes, it is 100% acrylic. But for being in acrylic yarn, it's soft. I really like it. And the reason why I kept it at, I dropped my pen, with colorway like this is I wanted to keep the biking theme with this a little bit, because they didn't really have bright, outrageous colors then, and I really liked the name, and I wanted to keep with the theme. So yeah. Alright, and the only other, well, it's not a finished object, it's a half-finished object, is my Hermione's Everyday Sock. That's not Hermione's. Where's Hermione? Oh, over there. Let me go get Hermione's. In my little lipstick makeup beauty thing. I have not seen any more of these at Dollar General. They're makeup bags, and they're kind of big, so I use it for a project bag. I am on Hermione's Everyday Sock. It is a Bowery pattern, and it is by Erica Luder. This poor thing's been through the ringer and back. But that's what the sock looks like if you haven't seen it already. It's just been purse knitting, which hasn't really gotten much love, but I've been working on it now at home. Here is what it looks like so far. Here's the patterning up close. Kitchener stitch for the toe. And then of course the back at the top has a pattern. I didn't use the heel that was called for. I used the Fish Lips Kiss heel, only because I'm not a fan of a heel flapping gusset. So I stuck with the Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is a paid for pattern. However, what I don't get, and I don't know how I did it, usually most socks I knit, they match up perfectly when you fold them in half. But look at this. I made the foot longer. How I made it longer is beyond me. I don't know how I did that. I mean, it still fits. It fits fine, but it is bigger. I made it longer somehow. I don't know how, but I'm not ripping it back, which is fine because I've never washed Lion Brand Sockies yarn, so it could shrink. And if it doesn't, come on, no big deal. It's a sock. It is Lion Brands, and it is in the, I think bubblegum. Let me tell you, I have it here on the page. Hermione's, where are you? I am looking for Hermione's because now it is driving me crazy. Here it is. I don't have the yarn. But I know it's Lion Brand Sock sock yarn, where one ball makes a pair of socks. I am on the cuff right now, the second one. I have 3 more rows to go before I start doing the patterning part. I will say I love the Sock brand yarn. It is great. I don't know if they brought it back to Michael's or Joann's or AC Moore. I don't think so. They did not discontinue making this yarn, but you have to order it online via Lion Brand. And I don't know how much it costs on Lion Brand. I just know that you have to order it. Same as if you like Red Heart, Heart and Soul, you have to order it through Red Heart. Now you can no longer buy it in the store, which is a bummer, but you know, hey, I guess there's a reason. Maybe it didn't, I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is. I don't work for either company, but my guess would be maybe it didn't do well in those stores. I don't know. Or they just figured it was a project you could sell online. Anyways, we are in Works in Progress. I have my Magic Cake Log Cabin Blanket, which nothing to show you guys because I haven't worked on it. My Hermione's Everyday Socks, which I'm working on. And I got on by my bag from Molly from Homespun. Mr. Bear, Playtime Mr. Bear. I have actually a vanilla sock. That's it. And they're on my carbon needle. And I don't know exactly what size. That was a sewing needle. I don't know why it was in there. What size these needles are. I want to say... Oh. Yeah, because anybody could read that. Yeah, I want to say 1.5s. Yes, it looks like 1.5s. It's faintly written here. You gotta use a magnifier to see it. But anyways, here's what it looks like so far. I am doing a toe up. I think what I did, I think it was the Turkish cast on. I could be wrong, but that is what it looks like. And pattern, like I said, it's just a vanilla sock. Knit, 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 knit. There's 32 stitches on each needle. In case you're wondering, I wear a size 7.5 shoe. So a total of 64 stitches seems to work. I haven't tried like 56 or 57. So, and it's a self-patterning, as you can see. And, oh, there's my Lion Brand ball. Oh, that was for the Lion Brand sock yarn. And it was in cotton candy. I was right. But this sock, I actually got this in Mary Maxim's Knit Club of the Month. It came with a hat pattern. And I honestly didn't care for the hat pattern. So I was like, it's socks. Sock yarn. Pair of socks. Can never go wrong with knit socks. The yarn's by Mary Maxim. It's called Footloose, just like the movie Footloose. That's what it reminds me of. And it doesn't give the name. It says Dialot Tensure, Teinture. It is, the colorway is 404 multi 75352, and it is 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon, 3.5 ounces or 100 grams. This is what it looks like. It is a generous skein. I also have the other skein put away in case I need that. But as I said, it's a very generous skein and it's working up beautifully. It's the first time that I ever worked with Mary Maxim's sock yarn. I have worked with other yarns from Mary Maxim before and I positively love them. Oh, right. Now, my next project is, I don't want to call it, it's not a new project. But you guys will remember that have been with me from the beginning. I made Martina Bemz, or Bim, is it Bem? Martina Bem, I think, is how you say it. I made her hitchhiker shawl. This is a paid for pattern. This one right here. Am I seeing it? Yes, you are. That one right there. You guys will see on my project page that I completed the hitchhiker, which I did, and I loved it 100%. I love it 100%. It is like, it was such a fun project to do. It was like potato chip knitting. Once you understood the pattern and you established it, it was very much potato chip knitting to me. Well, sorry about that. That's my phone. I had a little problem this past winter. I went to get it out to wear it. And I noticed in the middle there was a hole. Don't know how the hole got in there. Hang on, let me see who's texting me. As I was saying, in the middle it had a hole. Well, there was no way I could take a needle and just sew it. Or even a little crochet hook and get it back together. It was a straight up hole. Don't know how it got there. It wasn't there before. I hand washed it, so I know it wasn't that it got caught something in the washer or the dryer. The only thing I could think of is when I was out somewhere that it got caught on something that could have been sharp or had a point. And it put a hole in it and I didn't realize it. So, I decided, when I looked at it, I'm like, let me try taking it apart. Maybe I can save the yarn. I can salvage it. Because I really didn't want to throw it away because I love the color. So, I decided to frog the whole hitchhiker and reknit it. Thank goodness I was able to piece it together via magic knot. Is it magic knot? So, here we are. I am knitting the hitchhiker again. Not that I don't love the hitchhiker. I do love it. It's, as I said, it's one of my favorite patterns by Martina Bemz. I was hoping to make a hitchhiker in a different color. But nope, I'm reknitting my hitchhiker. And this is Red Heart, Heart, and Soul. Yeah, I have 2 extra skeins of it. It's Red Heart, Heart, and Soul in Green Envy. In case you're wondering. I love this. It works up like a dream and washes like a dream too. It is, in case you're wondering, I want to say it is, I want to say 100% acrylic. Nope. 70% superwash wool, 30% nylon. But I absolutely love it. And here is what it all looks like because I frogged it. I had to put it back in a cake. And no, I did not block the yarn out to make it straight again. It's just staying that way. I was very saddened that I had to frog it. However, like I said, it's not because I don't love the project. I absolutely love the pattern. And it's very potato chippy. I was just hoping to use a different sock yarn. But that is okay. We are going to knit it again. I was glad though that I was able to save the yarn, because I would have felt like I was wasting it, just throwing it away like that. Be like, if I could save it, you know, reuse it. Reuse it, recycle, you know, hey, if it can be reused, reuse it. See, my next project is The Doodler by Stephen West. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen I posted pictures of it. And I started working on it a little bit last night. As you can far, it is a paid-for pattern. It is, I believe, $6. I had this in my queue for a while. I wasn't sure about, I was like, do I want to knit it? Don't I want to knit it? Do I want to move it to favorites? I have knit another Stephen West pattern with two of them. The Winch Chief hat and the Boneyard shawl, which I knit via a Craftsy class of his, which I highly recommend that one. But here is what the Doodler looks like. This, as I said, it is paid for. I am using the 3 colors to it. But here, before I show you the 3 colors, here's what it looks like so far. Nothing. You're like, really, Nicole? Doesn't look like much. Doesn't look like a doodler. Well, it's working on the process. This is Miss Babs yarn, in case you're wondering. I got it in Maryland when I went to Maryland Sheep and Wool this year. I decided to bite the bullet, and I waited in line to get me some Miss Babs. The colorways, it is Inspired by Nature, Kira. Heavy fingering yarn. 100% superwash merino wool, 560 yards, 8.3 ounces. And the first color here, this beautiful, gorgeous, caked up purple. It is called Biolicious, which is what I'm doing the stripes in. The next one is gorgeous. It's called Coral. And lastly, this is green, and I believe they call it Oz. So those are the 3 colors I was doing. You saw on Instagram I posted I didn't know what color to choose. So basically what I had to do is arrange them in order to see what would look good. And fully read the pattern again to double check. And of course Stephen always says, have fun with your knitting and explore your options with colors. And that is what I am doing. This is my first time actually ever using Miss Babs yarn, and it's so soft, and it's so, for 560 yards you get a generous amount. This feels more than 560 yards. So it's a generous amount of yarn. I don't regret waiting in that long line, and anybody that knows Miss Babs knows you're paying for good yarn. So I don't mind what I paid for it. I wanted to try it. I'm like, if I don't like it, I don't ever have to use it again. And I can gift the yarn, but I like it, and the doodler is going to be for me. So yeah, that's the doodler so far. No, it's not curling up. It's the way the edge goes. I think I got the bottom too tight. I'm not sure. But yeah. I did it a little bit differently than what Stephen calls for, though, on this pattern. He calls, like, to make the stripes to break the yarn. I didn't want to have a million ends to weave in. Nah, not this girl. That would set me cuckoo. So, I learned via YouTube from somebody who knit this how to carry it up in the stitching, and you can't see it. Genius. Your yarn may get tangled, but to me it's worth it than sewing ends in. But each to your own. We all have our own thing we like to do. Yeah, do you think I got enough projects I'm working on? That's about it. Well, actually, that is it. Other than the fact, you guys know I have several sweaters of mine. My February lady sweater, my Mr. Green jean sweater, and my it's a pattern by Mel Ski. I want to say it's Aloha. Aloha. It means, I think, hello or friendship in Hawaiian. And I made them. Gorgeous, fun pattern. Easy to make. I was so proud of it. They fit me great. But, as those of you who've been following me, I've lost a lot of weight since I knit those 3 things. And I'm also on Fitbit, in case you're wondering. Yeah, so if you've been following my weight loss progress, yeah, they're too big. I mean, I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So my grandma said, you like the patterns? I said, yes. She goes, you love the colors? I said, yes. She said, are there different sizes? I said, well, yes. She said, well, why don't you rip the sweaters apart and re-knit them? Oh, genius. So, now I'm in the process of frogging my sweaters back. The first one I'm starting with is the Aloha sweater, the blue, the one by Mel Ski. Or is it Mr. Green Jeans? I don't know. It's one of them. But I'm working on frogging them back. And I will re-knit them, and I'm actually going to post them as new projects, because technically they will be new projects because they're in a smaller size. So yeah, that is everything that I have. I hope you guys have a great week. I've had a great summer and everything else. Always feel free to comment and suggestions. More than welcome. If you're not a member of the group, join the group. Other than that, I'm going to let you guys go.